football fans in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, a good one in store here. It's the Chicago Bears and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Little out for the opening kick. And we're off from Jacksonville. Josh Blackwell to return it. Good work so far. He's got room. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. They'll be led out by last year's #1 overall pick, Brock. Looking to build on his decent debut season here in year 2. It's Caleb Williams.
His rookie season last year, Kate, a reminder that no matter how talented you are, this league can humble you. And it didn't help to be in the most sacked quarterback in football as well. But remember, 3,500 yards and 20 touchdowns, he showed glimpses of what I know Chicago wants more of this year.
That's complete. Cole Kmet. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. And that's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of game.
On play action, Williams. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. He takes this down to the opposing 47. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Williams on first down. Completed to his running back. Not a lot of space, maybe to the 33. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you gotta imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Pass brought in by Burton. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. So a picture-perfect way to begin this ball game, Brock. Their opening drive ends in 6.
Yeah, no question about it. That's how you do it. You work all week to script out the opening drive, and it's huge when it pays off like that.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Jaguars, nothing.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Bayshul Tootin now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. They're brought out by the fifth-year man out of Clemson. Hard to believe it's year 5, isn't it, Brock? Former #1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence.
When you have a franchise quarterback, and Trevor is that guy in Jacksonville, you typically don't slump to bottom 5 in the draft, but that's where the Jags have found themselves. And that's why there's a new system, a new coach, and really a new lease on life for Trevor in what becomes a very big year in his career.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. That one goes for 31 yards. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Throwing on first down, Lawrence. Gets this one to Myers. And this one does not go far.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the gun, Etienne gets it. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means third down coming up.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Throwing is Lawrence on third down. Man, Thomas has it. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 26. And the Jaguars have a first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. From the red zone on first. Finds a man right side. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
4 yards. Complete to Jacoby Myers. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 5-yard line.
Fall forward, and I think you've got this first down, Brock. It's second and inches. Gun to give to Etienne. And he's going to be knocked backwards. This loses yards to the 7. I think they might have taken that first down for granted there, Brock, and now their punishment is they got to figure out third down.
Yeah, a little bit of questioning, some mind games now, right? Yeah. Why didn't that work out? Can we trust to run it here on third down? Not a gigantic call, but one that certainly creates a lot of confusion.
On 3rd and 2, here's Lawrence. Here comes the screen for Etienne. And he's going to have enough for the first down, not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Heads out on the bootleg. And he will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars finish off their opening drive. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Well, we all know, Brock, you want your players to get better as the game goes on and as they settle into a contest, but man, it is tough to imagine this guy getting any better than he was on that opening drive, huh?
Yeah, you hear me all the time just talk about getting a quarterback in the rhythm, right?
Yeah.
Just feel of the game. Yeah, you can't be much better than that. A perfect 5 for 5, and to finish it off for 6, that is a sweet feeling heading to the sidelines.
Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Blackwell now to return it. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Back out comes the Chicago offense for their second drive. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone, but the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this, I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. Doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late. This could have been much, much more exciting.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Thrown for his running back, but he comes up empty, incomplete, and now they're facing 3rd down.
So far, this script, well, it's dictated some early looks for this running back, and now you're seeing the adjustment defensively. Not so easy on those checkdowns, nowhere for that ball to go.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Third and long for him here. It's on target to Moore. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Bears 1st down. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's another Bears 1st down. 1st and 10.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st down, here's Swift. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off with later in the game.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Williams on the play action. Connects on the crosser. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st down, Williams to throw. He's got more once again. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. The gain of 15 there. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
And the Bears 1st down. A gain of 15. And the Bears 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down. Now an inside handoff to Swift. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Williams from the gun. For a second, we both thought he'd get the first, but he winds up being just shy of it. Gain of 8, 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Welcome back. 2nd quarter about to start. Bears with a chance for at least 3, possibly 6. 3rd and 2. Williams. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So it's going to be 4th and short. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
Coach can plead his case all he wants, but we know it's going to fall on deaf ears. They call that interference, and it cancels their 4th down stand. So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal. Swift will score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears take a 2nd quarter lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears break that tie and now lead by 7.
Jaguars 7.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Tootin now on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And it looks like they're giving about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. On play action now, Lawrence. He's going to try to drop it in, deep right. And he makes the, wait, no, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. So they're left facing third and long.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Throw here, third down. That's caught for the first. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's ETN on first down. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
First and 10 now from the 46. Off the play action, it's Lawrence. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
The offense not shy about sending him downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
After the incompletion, they come up on second and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Toward the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. A draw now. This is Swift. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Stopped that time by Antonio Johnson.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's second and 8. Throwing from the gun here. Into traffic, complete! And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Hits his running back. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
So they'll head up here, first and 10 from the 34. Now here's Williams. Completed over the middle. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Running behind center with Swift. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down Bears.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On play action, here's Williams. This is Loveland working the right side. Not a lot available to him. It's to the 38. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Williams going to run with it. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. All down by Andrew Winger.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
On 3rd down, here's Swift. Ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
So the pass on that long 52-yard field goal attempt, they're going for it. They'll run it with Swift. And the defense escapes. And a nice drive going, but the defense gets off the field by forcing that turnover on downs.
Well, a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call, but it can work against a pass or a run. Good luck running for the sticks when you got a whole defense crashing you right off the snap.
The Jaguars, then running back Travis Etienne, trotting back out to the field. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, you got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
First down now, ball at the 33. On the ground to begin this drive with Etienne. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Now here he goes on the boot. It is caught left side. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Bears bringing out an extra DB here. 3rd down. Here he is on 3rd and short. That's a caught. He's got Washington. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. Hang with us. More football coming up from Everbank. Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. They go play action. Lawrence. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. So that brings up second down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Again, it's Lawrence to throw. Finds him over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. Third down, 1 yard to go. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Here comes the screen for Etienne. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Jaguars have a first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
That pass caught by Strange. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call a gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. They'll give. It's Etienne headed left. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped though right near the marker. Didn't get it. 3rd down. So after the play, trainers headed out. A member of the Bears out there in some discomfort. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. And he'll get them enough for a first down. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
All set now. 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Jump off, caught by his back. And he's going to have him a 1st and goal from the 4 as he goes out.
If that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Breaking the huddle, here's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Across the line, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars earn the chance to tie before halftime. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like this that's a mismatch maker, you feed him.
On is Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars tie things up at 14. they send this away. Devin Duvernay to return it. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Bears going on offense here late in the half. And they'll have enough time to try to get it into field goal range. Just a shade over 40 seconds remaining. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. He's brought in by Burden. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Here's Williams again. Short pass brought in. And he will wind up out of bounds after a 1st down gain of right around 3 yards.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd down now. They need 7. Again, it's Williams. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To the air yet again, Williams. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. He's back to throw. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
After the incompletion, still at that 31-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw it. Hits his running back. This gets forward a little, not a ton, to the 35. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. And with the clock just about to strike 0, we get a timeout. 1 second to go in our half. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Throwing here just before halftime. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. He's got it inside the 10! So we're all knotted up here at the half, Brock, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report. Scott?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the third quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
All right, thanks for that hard work, Scott. These two teams ready to break this tie as we welcome you back for the third quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. LaQuint Allen to return this. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Jacksonville has its offense out there to start this third quarter. And they could take control in the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. ETN gets it on his own read. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. Second down.
Well, that run may not have moved the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. On play action now, Lawrence. Fits it through the middle. And he has this down to the 34. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down.
That's good for our Jaguars. First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Inside handoff goes to ETN. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're on him right near the catch point as he gets this to the 24-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They've got a man in motion. Lawrence with it on first. Looking sideline and cut by Washington. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
That's a close.
Ben Johnson reaching for that red flag, and he will throw it. He's going to challenge that last call.
Previous play is under review.
We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the challenge ends up successful. He, in fact, did not get both feet in. This is incomplete. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Lawrence working from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. That's the line, he's going to run for it. He's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's on the Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and goal at the
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
ETN takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars take the lead right away in half number 2. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7.
Bears 14.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Blackwell now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Bears about set for their next possession. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. They're going to run here. Kyle Monunga. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. And each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
You know, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Williams to throw. Finds him over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Well, nothing very fancy about that. That's just a textbook pro route. I think they were running pro routes last century, and it's a play that works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Williams from the gun. Dumps it off to his running back. Oh, he's trying to get away, but unable to do so. They catch him behind the line on 3rd down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. Torrey Taylor will kick this away. Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Jaguars send running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive.
I be on my little mouse drill. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All up on TV, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying me enough.
1st down now, ball at the 33. the play action. It's Lawrence. He gets this one to Strange. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
Dude, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week. They're in practice. They're both quarterback and tight end. Went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope you have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
Lawrence to throw it. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. They'll give this up the middle to Etienne. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Offense there, Kate, went heavy with that 13 personnel. 1 back, 3 tight ends, and those 3 added blockers. Just the element they needed to spring that run.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. First down throw, Lawrence. Here comes the screen for Etienne. And he's tackled for a short gain.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Second down now, 7 to go. Here's Lawrence to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. They'll throw 3rd and long. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. And that brings up 4th and long.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Facing 4th down, the Jags electing to send out Cam Little for this field goal try. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all this concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Duvernay on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. And they're going to try to take the lead back to 1 possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. This drive's going to begin with a run by Swift. Jukes away from one. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
And the Bears, first down. A gain of 16
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
And what a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Going to the ground again on first. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run, and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Staying grounded with Swift. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Air it out on 3rd. Sends this to the end zone. And he has the touchdown through what looks like some defensive pass interference. So I think, Brock, thinking this catch should stand.
Pass interference. Defense.
So not an easy feat by any means, Brock. Scoring on the play with interference, and they, of course, decline it and take the touchdown.
Yeah, you talk about it, and you love to see it. Guys that can play through that contact, kind of like in basketball, right? You take a foul, but you still finish the hoop. It's the same thing with these pass catchers on the other end of it. Those that can play through contact, they tend to separate themselves.
Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears cut it to a field goal game.
Bears 21.
Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This is Allen to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Thomas Jr. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Offense still line. This is 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Look at that power, deep left side. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kevin Byard comes up with it.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The Bears and Rome Odunze headed back out on offense. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. We've set it downs for them from the 31. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
So we're through 3 here. The Bears have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Komet's got it, left side. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual-threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
Running with Swift out of the gun. And a nice start here on first down. He gets him 6 before the stop is made.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Going run again with Swift. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
2. Here he is on 3rd and short. On the move, headed right. Complete right side, Burton has it. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Bears, first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Don't you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that out.
He picks up 5 on that first down run, brings up 2nd down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. They're on the counter with Swift. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
3rd down, here's Williams. Pass brought in by Burton. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
And send their tight end right. Williams to throw on first. That's more with the catch out left. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. Give your quarterback a chance.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. This is Swift. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
Okay, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Williams. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He's looking for Luther Burden. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
A 30-yard attempt.
Tracking for it, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
After I'd imagine dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights, and of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. This is Allen to return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Jaguars down running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's brought down at the line.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Out of the gun, Lawrence. All the left side. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
We've set of downs from the 37. They go play action, Lawrence. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Back to the air, Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Etienne gets it on the draw. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. Big game going, and Thomas snags another. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. Hits him on the out route. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Short pass brought in. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jaguars in range for a game-winning score. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Now toss it to Etienne. And he'll gain about 7 on this one as he gets him down into the red zone.
With all these collisions these running backs take between the tackles, sure nice. We're getting a little crease on the outside, getting that open field, and let these runners do their thing.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. He'll look to throw it. He'll try and run this. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. The Bears decide to call their 1st timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st.
At the 4-yard line.
Game show. Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go
They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. Etienne. How about this? He can't even get past the line of scrimmage. No challenge for the end zone here. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
5-yard line.
Going power with a big tight end. And he's walked out real close to that goal line at the 1. The Bears can use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Motion the tight end over. Etienne! Ooh, no luck. He tried. He was frightened, but they send him backwards on 3rd and goal.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Cam Little now in a high-pressure spot. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. That one is good! And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Duvernay on the return. Dodged the tackle. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Chicago getting set to take the field now. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. Working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Connecting with his back here. Swift. All right, so he stops the clock, but seconds still ran off on a gain of, only 3 or 4.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
He is to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Throwaway and incomplete. Devin Boyd on the coverage defensively.
Throwing now. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on fourth down. Desperation time here. Has his man caught by Odunze. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Look at that, no worry at all from their sideline, Brock. A 13-yard pickup on fourth down. That was impressive. So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.